clip that I'm about to show you is of a family in Maryland whose chocolate lab was shot twice by a police officer after it came running out when the cops, approached the house in the way that cops approach houses. Let's watch the clip.
A family in Maryland has sued the sheriff's office after their chocolate lab was shot by police. 2 officers came to the home of Roger and Sandra Jenkins looking for their teenage son. While the cops were outside, one of the family's dogs ran out the back door toward the deputies. The sheriff's department tells NBC News that one deputy saw the dog as a threat and shot it twice. Now, the dog did survive, but the family says it's permanently disabled. With me now is the owner of that dog, Roger Jenkins, as well as his attorney, Rebecca Lusk. Good morning to both of you. Roger, let me start with you. Take us through the sequence of events that led to your dog being shot.
It was on January 9th, 2010. It was approximately about 7 o'clock in the morning. We had to knock on the door, answer the door, and there was a deputy there, and he asked if my son was home, and I said no, and the dogs were barking real loud, so I said, let me put the dogs away. I proceeded to the back of the house to put the dogs in the dog kennel, and as we were walking to the back of the house, my chocolate lab Brandy seen a strange vehicle in the driveway, and she started barking and proceeded around the corner of the house to the front, and then I heard a gunshot. I came around the corner and seen that Brandy had been shot. And
what was your reaction? What went through your mind at that minute?
It happened so quickly. I asked the officer, I said, why did you shoot the dog? I explained to you I had to put her away, and I said, you could have, tased her, you could have maced her. There was other options you could have taken besides shooting my dog. And he says, I don't have a taser gun or anything like that on me. And I said, what's that on the side of your belt? And he proceeded to say, don't tell me what's on my belt.
Now, a little bit ago, one of my friends came up to my house in a rush trying to run away from the police, and he said, Jamie, hide me. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? The cops are already there. So they came out of the car and went after him and tackled his ass, and really painfully hurt him quite a bit. And in the middle of this process, in the beginning actually, before they tackled him, my little puppy had jumped out of the door behind me and ran up to the cop. She was barking at the cop, and I was like, oh my god, I was freaking out because I had heard of stories like this. I had to run after my dog and grab her. I was like, cops, please, no, please just let me get my dog. Let me see my dog. And I grabbed her and lugged her over my shoulder, and I was like watching my friend get his ass kicked, and it's just ridiculous. The amount of violence and force that these people are trained to use, it's ridiculous. It's a reflection of our society, yeah, but these people are put on such a hairpin trigger. They're made to, create situations like this. It's really nobody's fault. It's really, the system's fault. I think we need to have a new system where, violence is not always the first immediate option, or we need to train deputies or, cops in such a way that they don't think to shoot first and ask questions later. Like all this stuff that's been happening in Seattle, it proves that it's possible for cops to abuse the hell out of this perceived authority that they have. Something like the Stanford experiment or something like this proves that you put somebody in a badge and give them authority over other people, and they're going to start turning into a monster. We need to seriously reevaluate, what we're doing here and what kind of system can be put in place in order to ensure law and order, but also to ensure that nobody's natural, God-given human rights aren't being abridged in this terrible, terrible way. This is just sickening. I can't understand how that we've come to such a place as a people where we've empowered these class of individuals who obviously take advantage of that power to go around door to door shooting people's family pet. It's not even fucking worth the authority that we give them is not even worth these poor innocent murders that happen, senselessly. It's just absolutely nonsense. Why are you gonna shoot this dog? There's no threat from the dog. The dog's not gonna kill you. Even if the dog bites you, it might get you on the leg a little bit. You're gonna shoot it just because you might have just the slightest little bit of threat. This hyper super sensitivity, this hyper super duper fascist sensitivity is just madness. Is it since 9/11 that all this super sensitivity in terms of security has been enacted? What, police officers are some kind of fucking gods? Like, if anything at all threatens their security, then you're dead? That's not the power that we give to these people. America, we need to take a second look at ourselves and see, what are we doing?